Hello everybody. Now I would like to work with a AF Micro Nikkor 105 millimeter 1 to 2.8 because there is something wrong with the focus. So let's go on. Have fun. So let's begin with the disassembling the front part of the lens, which we have to do by taking off the front tube. There's a little set screw here which we have to take out. So and use a 1.2 millimeter flathead screw. So we put it in here. Just loosen it. There's no need to take it out. And then turn it about 4 times counterclockwise to get it off. It can be a little tight. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, and about 4 it will come off. There we have it. Next, the front ring, which is here, has to go counterclockwise too. There's one little set screw here, which we have to just loosen a little, and then turn it about 4 times counterclockwise to get it off. 1, 2, 3, a little more than 4 times. Now, that's it for now. Then there is a retaining ring here, which we can see here all the way around. It keeps the focus ring from coming off. There's one little set screw here, which we just have to unscrew. But before we do so, we put a little mark on. I put a little mark on here, around here. Boom. And there you can do so, because it has to sit correct when assembling it again. So we need a 1.2 millimeter flathead, and just loosen the screw. No need to take it out. So, and it has to go around 11 and a half turns counterclockwise to get off. So we have a start point here, which is 1, 2, where did he go? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a half. And where it comes off, I also put a mark on. Boop. I put a mark on here. When it comes off. there's a rivet spring. Thin. Now we can just take off the focus ring, but we have to take off the rubber too, because there's a little piece of metal, this kind of a spring that holds the I could have taken it off in the very beginning, but no problem. Just the rubber. So it sits here. It will, when it sits correct, it will prevent the focus ring from going around. We do know we can lift it up a little. Oh, there it pops off. And then we can just take off the ring. This has to sit correct. So it needs to go there. The rubber ring will prevent it from falling off or coming out of. It sits in some of those notches here. So this is how it's working. The lens is put on manual, but if I turn it to A, the gear will, well, make some noise. But if it's installed correct, you couldn't use the focus ring for making the focus if it's on A. Now, there is a small ring that we have to keep in mind. This one that goes here. Or we can just let it stay there. Well, but for this time we take it off. So, and then there's a thin retaining ring here with a set screw. This lens has missing the small set screw here, so it's already loose. But it has to go around 3.5 turns counterclockwise to get off. So I set it as a sit over line here, and then just turn it slightly. 1, 2, and 3.5. I know where it comes off because it's on the back side of the underside of the lens where it comes off. Remember to put it on in correct order. I mean, you cannot put it the opposite direction, which will be that way. There's nothing to screw in. So that was that. Now, that was the front part. Now we go to the back part. On the mount, there's only 3 screws that hold the bayonet screwed into the lens body, inner body. Here there's only one black. I don't know why, because I do not have the service manual or repair manual, as Nikon calls them. But before that, we take off this ring here, which goes off by 3 small screws, and use a small crosshead. I mean, here's a modified Phillips screw that I filed the tip off so it's not that sharp, and it will be almost the same as a YIS Japan industry standard and 0, which will fit perfect in the screws here without damage the head. And there are two for the contact bridge. Here is one and there is one. Different types and different size. So, and now we can just pull it off by gently use a tool to just lift it up. No need to use too much power or force. Take care of the contact bridge, not breaking the flex cable. So here we are. And then put it away. Now, the bayonet we'll take off. The one black is sitting here, but it could sit over here or here. The number 4 screw is not connected to the inner body. It's just a small, short one that goes into the plastic ring that holds the aperture ring. But I do the full process to disassemble it. So, and gently keep a hand on the aperture ring and lift up the mount bayonet gently. Take care of the flex cable. There's an arm that goes to the inner part of the aperture system, which have to sit correct. Where it comes off. It's pretty long because the lens will be very long when it's at near field. So, pretty long one. And then we can take off the aperture ring, but it can come off in more than one part. Under the little screw gear here. And remember, this small thing, I don't know what it's called, sometimes it fall off and will fall on the ground. And if you're lucky, you can find it. The thing is in two parts. This is so. A little spring for the aperture, but we can just put it together. I've made a small mark here because it will be easier to, when I get to that point, and assemble it, but it doesn't really matter. But because this one can only sit in one place. The point is that there are some springs that is used for micro adjusting the lens in the manufactory, so there may be more or less in your lens. Here are, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 is one very thick, 2 thinner, and the most thinner, 2 of them, 2. So 5 in all. So that was part of it. And then we take out the aperture ring that moves the aperture mechanism inside the lens. I don't know the name of that. And now we here there are 3 screws that hold the. Actually, there are more. There's one little half moon ring that holds the flex cable. So take care of that. And remember how the flex cable is mounted here. So you can see here, it's pretty long. But take care not to break it. I don't know if one can get some of those as a spare part. It can be difficult. So we continue with take off the screws here, which hold the outer part of the lens. Sometimes the screws are pretty tight, but this, well, the head is in this screw is not very good. I think somebody else has been in this lens. So and before we can lift this out, we need to actually take off or loosen the gear down here. There are 2 screws. One, if you can see, hopefully there's one here, and there's one there. They need to be unscrewed. So, here we are. And the gear will, it should follow out when taking off the so keep it down. So here we are. Very, very interesting lens to work with. But the way it's put together is a bit some go on there. Now here we are. Yeah. And then it should be possible to get the gear out. Remember how it has to sit in that way. There's a, what do you say, well, so it can move that way. So this track or notch, I don't know what it calls, has to go into the fork here, which we can move by turning the manual autofocus ring, if it's possible. Oops. See? It will move up and down when I turn the ring. So hopefully will work. Well, now take a look at the inner part. See, there is no connection, connector for the flex cable. It goes directly to the circuit board here. It looks pretty good, but I think we have to look closer at it. In the next part, okay, now welcome back. I just took a closer look at the contact bridge, the contact board here. And I think I found the reason why this lens had problem with the infinity focus. It goes wrong when it's tried to go back from infinity and try hunting back and forth. But I think I found the reason. The reason is, in my opinion, that there are some tracks of circuit board that goes all the way from here to here, and here, all the way from here. Maybe you can see it. See there, some, and it goes all the way from this point to this point. So there will be a kind of a connection between this stripe and this stripe, and it goes wrong. So I think I found the reason for this one. So we have to clean it. And for this little job I use a glass brush, or a fiber glass brush, which you can get in RS 415 868 is the number. So and we will just try to, I will just try to clean it gently and take care of the small piece of fiberglass that comes off. Don't get it into your skin, because it will hurt like hell. So hopefully I can get it to work again. Seems to work. Now, and just to get all things away, one thing, take care of the lens when turn it upside down, because it will go directly on the table. It's a bit curved, so do not stand it like this. It has to sit upside down. And now some cleaning with isopropyl alcohol, 99%, and cotton wrap. There's no need to overdo it, but has to be a little wet. See all the dirt that comes off. So hopefully this lens will come out and work again. I would like that. Yeah, it looks so much better. So maybe that's the reason. Hopefully. There's also a contact up here where the limit and the full length that it can work in. Well, it looks okay. So now it should be that. And that's it. Just take away the things here, all the dust on the table. Just a piece of plastic to scrape it away. So now, when I took it apart, I could see there was also something wrong with the with the limit full contact, which has been bent. I don't know what's going on here. But it needs to go against the contacts here on the board. So this one is a bit of looks like somebody has been used it very hard. Weird. well, I got the lens very cheap, so maybe therefore it seems to have some problem. But would be very good if it comes to work again. Okay. It's just been bended a little. So it seems there are so hopefully it can come back to the real life. Now then we put it back again, which doesn't seem to be that hard. Remember, the gear has to sit correct, facing that way. So that goes into the notch there. And it's hopefully not that hard to get back to the place where it should be. Just take this so it's easier to see what's going on. When making that kind of films, it's sometimes not that easy to get people to see what's going on there. But this one looks to fit okay. Wow. So here we are. It wasn't that hard. Oh, what do you think? Ooh. Just do a little movement so the gear fits correct. Wow. Look at that. It's fine. Actually. Now the time is for putting on the flex cable. Looks like there's something wrong with that. No, it's okay. so we just need to put it correct in. And the last screw, which is not very good, don't know why. I think those people who has been in this lens hasn't used the correct screwdriver. Which should be a yes. 0, 0. Now it's going better, much better. Put on the strip here to keep the flex cable in position. Has to sit without any problem. No. That's it. And then we can put this on. Has to sit there. And where did it get? A small gear here. And those rings here. Come on. Not easy. Now, here we are, almost. So, now it looks much better. Then we can put on the gear, which has to sit so. And just put it down. Yeah, well, we can just take this ring off. It will be easier. This has to sit here in this notch. And just do some turns to put the gear right in place. Oh wow, it works. This has to sit correct because this this small pin, here has to go in this notch here to catch the aperture. Well, sometimes it's not easy to work with lenses, but oh, here we are. when putting back the bayonet or the mount, this one has to be over here. Over to here. Because when moving the aperture ring, this one will hopefully move. There's something wrong. It's not correct to where it should be. It has to be over here. Now, here we are. So when moving the aperture ring, this will also move. See? Well. So put it on 32 here and move this plastic pin here over to there. As long as it can be. And then putting in the very long aperture pin that push on the inner aperture pin, which you can maybe see, hopefully. And then put it directly in. Take care of the flex cable. Just lift out the contact. And then we are almost there. Wow. Well, not really. Okay, we try again. So it's better to just push it a little away from the pin so it can fit in. Now here we are, and then it actually moves around. Wow, that's good. We succeeded. And then the rest of the part is just straightforward. Without any problems. And remember, the small screw has to sit there. This one goes to here. So, and the contact bridge or connector. And there's 3 screws here, which is very small. And you do not need to tighten that so much. It's just plastic. Here we are. Wow. And now then come this ring, which we took off, so it has to go 3.5 way. We have it on the back. It should say click some point here. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Now the next thing is the focus ring. Goes over here and has to go into a notch. Then the spring ring or whatever it calls. And then the inner that holds the aperture ring. Find the right groove with the mark you make some in the beginning. I mean, it's not that it's not that necessary that you, but it doesn't have to sit too tight. That's the main thing. And the little screwdriver here. Wow, goes very good. Then this little ring, and it's better to see what's going on when it is fully out. So here it is. Then this, the outer ring, that also have to find its place. Click, and then just go around 3 times almost, and then you will find the little hole it made. Feel it there, so it's correct. Not too tight, not too loose. Here we are, and then the outer. Click. Then tighten gently. Put on the rubber focus ring. And here hopefully lens will work Very good. That's it. Bye.